Good morning, McDonald Hotel. You've reached the front desk. How can I assist you?
Can I speak with Mr. Morgan in Human Resources? I'm returning his call regarding a job interview for the new Public Relations Manager position. Can you put me through, please?
I'm sorry, but Mr. Morgan is out of the office this week. He won't be back until next week. If it's an urgent matter, would you like me to transfer you to his voicemail?
Hello, Keyline. How's the story about the new mayor coming along? Any progress since the last time we talked?
I know you wanted to publish the article in Monday's newspaper, but I'm having trouble scheduling a meeting with the mayor because of his busy schedule. Unless I somehow get a chance to talk to the mayor before tomorrow, I don't think my story will be ready in time. If I can't meet the deadline, what are your other options for Monday's paper?
Well, for now, keep trying to schedule an interview. But in the meantime, I'll see what Mark is up to. His article about the city budget is almost ready. We can substitute his story in place of yours for this week's issue of Monday's paper instead.
Andrew, how many more of these computers do we have to work on to achieve today's target number?
This is the last one from today's work order. But tomorrow we'll have to install programs on 30 more of them. I have a feeling that tomorrow is going to be a long day for us.
You might want to get a head start on those today. What do you think about staying late and doing some overtime? We might be able to finish another 6 of them in a couple of hours. That way the workload won't be as heavy tomorrow, and we won't be pressed for time. What do you say?
Normally I would, but I can't work late tonight. I already made plans to go to a movie with my mother at 5, but I can come in earlier tomorrow morning if you'd like to get started early.
Excuse me, I just purchased a new camera from your store yesterday. But when I returned home, I noticed that the lens was cracked. I think there was a defect in the product. Here, take a look at the camera lens.
I'm sorry to hear that. We apologize for any inconvenience we caused you. Would you like to exchange the camera for a new one? We have a free exchange policy for any damaged goods that are still under warranty.
No, thanks. I think I'd rather just return it and get my money back. Here's my receipt.
Okay, but I'm not authorized to give refunds to customers, so I'm in no position to aid you right now. Excuse me for a minute while I fetch my manager. She should be able to take care of this.
Sally, an important client of mine from Seoul will be here in the office for a meeting next week. He is considering expanding his investment in our new project and would like to be acquainted in more detail about the business model. Apparently, this is his first time to America. Since he'll be staying here for several days, I'd like to arrange something recreational for him to do one evening. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, do you know what his interests are? For example, is he very active and adventurous, or does he prefer quiet, leisurely activities? Would he like to see a movie or a sports event or maybe a concert?
Actually, this client does bring up sports a lot in conversations. Maybe he'd like to go to a baseball game. The one on Tuesday evening would be pretty good. I'll see if I can arrange that. I want to buy a new printer because my old one broke. There are 2 models here I'm interested in, and I'd like to know the pros and cons between them.
Certainly. The T2000 is our newest model, and it was released only 3 weeks ago. It prints very fast and has an excellent color resolution. It also has multiple added features, including scanning, copying, and faxing capability. It has already become our #1 selling product of the month. The T1000 is last year's model. It's a little slower and doesn't have a faxing feature, but it's also less expensive.
I prefer a faster printer with more features, so I think I'll get the T2000 printer. I don't see any on the shelves, though.
All the ones on display were sold out this morning, but there must be some of them in the stockroom. Let me get one for you. I'll be right back. Excuse me, sir. I was on the express airline and my luggage didn't arrive at the baggage claim with everyone else's. I've been waiting for over 4 hours now. All the other passengers on my flight got their bags with no problem. Can you help me find my bag?
Your bag must have been misdirected to the incorrect baggage claim area. If you go to your airline's customer service desk and file a lost baggage report, they'll contact you when they find it. Most of the time, suitcases return to their owners just a few hours later. I'm sure they can help you out.
Thank you. Where can I find the customer service desk for the Express airline?
Their customer service desk is located just down the hall next to the security office.
I haven't seen Mr. Grimm this morning. Is he in yet? I need to talk with him about an applicant for the project manager position. It's rather urgent, but he hasn't been picking up any of my phone calls since last night.
Actually, Mr. Grimm is out of town. He's on a business trip to New York to attend the sales conference this week. He won't be back until Monday.
Is there any way I can contact him? I received a resume from Tanya Milo. Mr. Grimm told me he used to work with her in Berlin. I want to talk to him and check her references before her interview tomorrow morning. She seems like a very promising candidate on paper.
Well, he said he'd call later today. I'll tell him you stopped by and ask him to call you. He won't have a lot of time, but if you just have a few questions, I'm sure he'll make time for you.
Miss Land, I'm writing an article for Motorcycle Lovers magazine on some newly launched products, and I want to give our readers an update on your company's new motorcycle. It was scheduled to be released on February 4th, but I understand there was a problem with its production. Rumours are the launching of the new motorcycle will be delayed for another 3 more months.
No, production's going just fine. The problem was that it took us some time to negotiate the terms of agreement with one of our outside suppliers. But we've solved the issue with our supplier, and now production is going smoothly and on schedule.
Oh, I see. So when can customers expect to see your new model?
The initial shipment of the finished product should be done by March 1st. So most likely, bikes will be on sale through our retailers by mid-March. Did you hear the news? Our company and TNA Electronics are discussing a merger. I just got an email about it.
I heard about it at the managers' meeting earlier today. Apparently, only the top management level executives were aware of this because the company wanted to keep it a secret until the deal was finalized. This weekend at a press conference, they're going to officially announce whether the merger will be accepted.
I didn't even know our company was extending our operations in the same direction as TNA Electronics. It'll be interesting to see what happens at the press conference. I wonder if this will affect our jobs in any way. What is your take on this?
We briefly talked about that at the managers' meeting. Management assures us that our jobs will pretty much stay the same. The only major change is that our department will be responsible for training the employees from TNA Electronics on our manufacturing procedure. Can I have your attention, please? We regret to inform you that due to inclement weather, Flight 114 to Chicago, which was scheduled to depart Los Angeles at 4:45 p.m., has been canceled. All passengers with tickets for this flight will be rewarded with a hotel voucher that will allow you to stay for one night at a local hotel here in Los Angeles tonight. Please go immediately to the ticket counter for more information regarding the hotel voucher and the changes in flight schedules. The agents will also help book a ticket for the earliest flight to Chicago, which is scheduled to depart tomorrow morning. Once again, please note that Flight 114 to Chicago has been canceled due to inclement weather. All the passengers flying on Flight 114, please proceed to the nearest ticket counter for further information. Thank you.
Hello, I'm leaving this message for Donna Morris. I'd like to inquire about having wood flooring installed in one of the rooms of my house, and I'm hoping you can give me a quotation on the estimated price. You were highly recommended to me by a colleague whom you recently did some work for. According to her, you installed the same flooring for her, and she was more than satisfied with the quality of the work. I've seen the flooring work myself, and I must admit that I was quite impressed with your work. If you could please give me a call back, I can let you know the measurements of the room so you can prepare an estimate. Or if you'd prefer, we can schedule a time for you to come over and check out the room. My name is Maria, and my number is 777-1212.
Thank you for attending today's department meeting. As the Director of Product Development, I'm pleased to announce that our new notebook, the Maxon, has successfully passed all quality control tests and is now ready to be marketed to the public. Our production team has worked tirelessly to develop this innovative product, a lightweight laptop that has twice the processing speed of our previous models. We strongly believe that this new product will be a huge success on the market and enhance our company's position as the market leader in this incredibly competitive industry. Our marketing manager, Bob Hansen, has put together a superb advertising campaign that is sure to make the launch a guaranteed success. He is here now to tell us about the upcoming promotion agenda for the Maxon.
Good evening. You're listening to 107.4 SMC. Tonight we'll be speaking with the famous financial expert Neil Simon. Mr. Simon is the author of numerous best-selling books, as well as a regular columnist in the Boston Daily. He is here tonight to promote his most recent book, Wise Investment, which was released on Monday. In his latest book, he writes about the important rules to keep in mind for long-term investments, common mistakes first-time private investors make, and how to choose an investment plan that best accommodates your financial situation. It has already received rave reviews from critics and readers alike. Mr. Simon will be holding a question and answer session shortly and is happy to take any questions or comments from listeners. To take part in this talk, just call our station at 777-3409.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Bourne Museum. My name is Elsa, and I'll be guiding you through our special exhibit of Picasso's early drawings and paintings. But before we enter the exhibition area, I'd like to remind you of a few ground rules. First of all, please keep in mind that this is strictly against museum policy to take pictures inside the exhibition area. This policy helps ensure the preservation of these important works of art, and also makes sure that visits are more enjoyable to the wider public. We're delighted to be offering this special show. During the tour, please feel free to ask me any questions. When we finish the tour, I highly recommend you visit the media room to watch a short movie depicting the artist's storied life. Watching the film will help you gain a better understanding of the artist's amazing vision that is evident in many of his artworks.
Thanks, everyone, for attending our Residents Association meeting. This is the first meeting we've held this month. For those of you who I haven't introduced myself to, I'm Alan Parker, and I'm the newly elected building manager. My first priority will be making sure everything's prepared for the upcoming biannual inspection next month, so please let me know if you notice anything in your apartment or in the building that requires repairing, such as leaky pipes or faulty electrical outlets. For now, you have to physically come to my office to report a problem, but after the inspection is over, I plan on setting up a way to request repairs online through our Resident Association website. This way, you can effectively and conveniently report any problems in the building that need immediate attention.
Hello, Mr. Martinez. It's Cole Gibson from Human Resources calling to update you on the progress of the temp we just hired. It's Wednesday morning at 10. As you've requested, I've arranged for an administrative assistant to fill in temporarily for Helen while she's away on vacation. The woman's name is Kathy Stanford, and she's been highly recommended by a business associate at a software development company like ours. She'll be capable of taking care of the office's general affairs for you, as she is familiar with most of the work process at our company. I'll send her to your office tomorrow morning so she can meet with Helen and be filled in on any minor details to make the transfer as smooth as possible. Before I do that, I just need to know the account code for your design team so I can finish up drafting the remaining paperwork. Could you call me this afternoon at extension 1542 and notify me of the account number? Thanks.
Good morning. We appreciate all of you coming in early before the store opens to take part in this internal employee training session. I'd like you to meet Mr. William Hartman for Easy Footwear. Last week, Mr. Hartman called and asked me if we'd be interested in taking a look at Easy Footwear's new line of boots that will be launched this fall. In my opinion, such a valuable opportunity will be greatly beneficial to us, especially to our sales representatives, in promoting the products to our customers when the boots are ready for sale in the fall. So, I invited him to the store this morning to introduce to us to some of the samples. Before Mr. Hartman begins his presentation, though, I'd like to thank Easy Footwear for providing us with this great breakfast. Please come and help yourself to some refreshments before the presentation commences.
Now, before we conclude the presentation, I'd like to inform everyone about the significant change in the corporate system that will affect every employee at the company. We recently employed a new payroll system that has enabled us to dramatically renovate the pay cycle. So starting next month, all employees will be paid bi-weekly instead of the previous monthly cycle. You'll all be receiving a memorandum that explains the new pay schedule in more detail and answers any questions you might have. I'm confident that everything will proceed smoothly next week, and I hope you all find the new pay schedule more convenient. The change will officially take effect on November 1st.
Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Phillips, a sales representative for Sonian Incorporated. I'm thrilled at the opportunity to make a guest appearance at your regional teachers conference and to have the chance to introduce you to our newest product, Trace of Our Forefathers. This is an immediate and reliable web-based resource that provides students a chance to travel back in time. Users simply input certain historical information, such as a date, an event, a place, or the name of a person, and links to related images and information will be displayed on the screen within seconds. The content can be customized into age-appropriate levels, and it functions with all common computer operating systems. The usual subscription rate for this online database is $25 a month. However, we are offering a special deal to try out the website for a 7-day trial period at no cost to all conference participants. Don't miss out on this exclusive chance to test out our latest and most innovative product.
Jane, I need your assistance with something. I have an aggravating headache that won't go away. I don't think I can wait until I fly back home to get this taken care of.
I'm sorry to hear that. You're right. You should do something for your headache right away.
Can you recommend a physician in the area? I'm hoping I can find someone who will see patients on short notice. I'm only in town for 2 more days. I have a morning flight to catch this coming Wednesday.
As a matter of fact, an acquaintance of mine is a doctor. I'll give her a call and see if she can fit you in for an appointment either today or tomorrow. I'm sure she will try her best to squeeze you in.
I'd like 4 tickets for admission to the museum, but I was wondering if the museum offers students a discount. My son is researching about the early works of Van Gogh.
Yes, as a matter of fact, for students with valid identification, the museum admission fee is only $10. But if you are a frequent visitor of the museum, we offer a 1-year membership for $50. That includes free admission to all exhibits and a discount on all gift shop purchases.
Thanks, that's a really good deal. But we're actually visiting from out of town.
Hi, John. Are you going to the director's presentation today?
Yes, I always enjoy hearing his speeches. I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's being held at 4 o'clock in the Grand Ballroom, right?
Oh, no. There was a change of venue because of a scheduling problem. It's now being held in Conference Room A. They also changed the time to 2 o'clock.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I would have missed it if it weren't for you telling me. Miss Frisbee, I went down to the regional inspector's office to get the new safety permit that the regional inspector issued for our factory. This permit is valid for a year. Do you want me to hang in here in the reception area like we did last year?
Actually, no. The regulation was changed this year. In the past, there was no specific rule about where the permit should be hung. However, the new rule now states that the permit has to be within 3 meters of the main entrance of the factory floor. Can you put it on the wall next to the main door?
Okay, but the old one doesn't expire until this Thursday, so I won't put up the new one until next week.
Hi, I only started working here this week, and today is my 2nd day at work. I just read the email about the training class that the new employees are required to take. Do you have a schedule of when these classes are offered? I may have to attend a few conference calls with my manager starting from next week, and I want to check if there is a scheduling conflict.
Well, these classes are offered online, so it's possible to take them at any time. You can take them whenever you want as long as they do not hinder your work productivity.
Great. My manager suggests that I start with the business communication course. How do I register for that?
Just go to the company employees website. Click on the Work Skill Training tab. It gives a good explanation of the whole registration process. If you have any further questions, just email the HR department.
Hi, John. Is everything all right? You missed the committee meeting this morning, and I couldn't get a hold of you on your mobile phone.
I'm sorry. My car had a flat tire and my phone broke. You know what they say, when it rains, it pours. Do you still have time this morning to work on planning the conference, or should we get together later? Are you free either this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon?
I promised to pick up a friend from the airport in half an hour, so this morning is no good for me. Why don't we meet this afternoon? I was hoping to finalize and confirm the list of speakers by the end of today, since the invitation cards have to be printed and sent to all the recipients by next week.
Hi, Stacy. Listen, I'm having trouble locating the sales figures for the new line of children's clothing. I need them as the backup data for my presentation this afternoon with the National Sales Director. Do you know how I can get a hold of the sales figures?
Those records should be uploaded in the company's online files. Do you have the password to access them?
Yes, but it doesn't seem to be working. I contacted the tech department, but they haven't called me back yet. If I don't have those figures, I'll be in big trouble during my presentation.
Oh, I heard that the tech department is really busy right now because of the changes going on with the company's website. But don't worry, I have all the sales data saved on my computer. So I can just email it to you. Let me know if you haven't received it within a few minutes.
Hey, Kevin, did you hear the announcement? The hospital just purchased digital microscopes for our laboratory.
That's exciting. I'm impressed that the hospital approved the purchase, though, considering those microscopes are rather costly. I'm assuming this year there were enough funds left over in the budget for new equipment.
Well, the new microscopes can be connected with the general monitor to project larger images with better color definition quality. Also, the images seen through the microscope can be duplicated and saved as a separate image file for future reference. I think the administration finally realized that at a teaching hospital like ours, state-of-the-art equipment is vital to the students' learning.
Absolutely. It seems like all the new medical students will be able to have access to the same images simultaneously. That will certainly come in handy while conducting group training sessions in class.
Hi, this is Paul Dixon from the Hinge Film Company. I'm directing a short film, and I'm considering a library to be a possible setting for our film. Your library building would be the ideal location for production. Could I talk with someone about this idea?
Well, Chan Hu is the library director in charge of all external affairs. According to the internal library policy, in order to use the library for such purposes, you have to get written permission directly from the library director. But I'm afraid you can't talk to him right now because he's out of town until Monday.
Is there some way I can get in touch with him in the next day or so? We're scheduled to start shooting next week.
I'm afraid that I can't give out his personal phone number information, but he will be calling me later today to check in with work. Why don't you give me your contact information and I can ask him to contact you?
Excuse me, I'd like to inquire about making a reservation at one of those vacation homes you have for rent. It's at 101 Queens Road?
Yes, that's one of our newer properties on the market. Let's see. The houses are rented out for most of the summer, as that is the high season for traveling, but it is available next weekend. We recently had a last-minute cancellation.
That might work, but I should consult with my friend before making a decision. We've been talking about taking a vacation together.
Here, I can give you the rental brochure to show your friend. It contains all the information you'll need, from the amenities list to available services such as the spa and fitness center. I recommend making up your mind soon, though. The rooms get rented out pretty quickly, and I don't think it will be available for very long. As soon as you make a 10% deposit on the total cost of the unit for 3 days, I can reserve the room for you. Thanks for tuning in to 91.9, your local radio station for news, traffic, and weather. I'm Kelly Wilson with the traffic report coming to you live. There seems to be a 15-minute delay on the Elka Freeway from exit 12 to exit 14 due to traffic congestion. We advise commuters to take the Millow Freeway instead, as the congestion will continue throughout the rest of the day. However, traffic is moving substantially smoothly on all other nation freeways. Also, just a token of reminder, please be aware that starting next Wednesday, the Carson Bridge will be closed to public for repairs for 1 week. You are advised to take an alternate route to avoid delays. This has been Channel 91.9 Daily Traffic Report. Now here's Melinda Lee with the area's local news right after the commercial break, so please stay tuned.
Hello, this is Milo Mitchell from Milo Furniture. This message is for Jenny Hallow. I regret to inform you that the dining room chairs you ordered aren't available in the leather you wanted. That leather has been discontinued by the manufacturer because of its falling sales number. On the bright side, I did come across a few chairs in a similar material in our showroom, and they seem to accommodate the dining room table colour well. Plus, They are offered at a discounted price because the manufacturer is having a special promotion week. I think you will like them, but why don't you stop by the store and I'll show them to you? By the way, the living room couch that you placed your order for is available, and it's also offered at a discounted price. I have a sample in our store, so you can also check out the couch when you come.
Attention passengers, this is an express train to Churchill. This train will only stop at Saskatchewan and Calgary Station. We'll not be making stops at any other station. For passengers whose final destination is to any other stations on the Churchill line, please exit and transfer to the local train on track 9. Once again, we kindly remind you that this is an express train, and the next station stop is Saskatchewan. Please do not place any object in the aisles. If your personal belongings are too large to fit under your seat, they can be placed adjacent in front of the door. Also, bicycles are prohibited on the train. Thank you for traveling with us, and please have your tickets out for ticket inspection and collection procedure. Saskatchewan is next.
Hi, Mr. Arnold. This is Akiko Yuri at Mellin Engineering in Osaka. I'd like to inquire about your application for our mechanical engineer position. Our senior engineers are very impressed with your resume, and they think your experience in automobile design would contribute a lot to our current research here. Are you available to make a visit to the company? Ideally, we'd like you to visit in the last week of December, when most of our staff are present, so you could meet them. A substantial number of researchers are out of office this week to attend an international conference held in Paris. That way you can see the company for yourself and also explain to us some of the past projects you've conducted in person. If that sounds good to you, please call me at 81-3555-4360. Then I will take care of your flight and hotel arrangements.
The next time you need to go grocery shopping, you won't have to go very far. With 12 convenient Bolton food markets in Lakeside City, there is bound to be one close to you. We have the largest distribution channel among all the food markets in the States. We also offer greater variety of products and brands than any of our current competitors in the market. So we can guarantee that we'll always have exactly the kind of product that you have in mind. Visit our website, boltonfood.com, for more information about our ongoing discount deals, or just visit one of our branches near you today.
Hi, Lauren. This is Miranda. I'm calling about the plans for our annual association meeting. Instead of doing everything together, I think it'd be more effective if we divide our workload. I'll be in charge of taking care of reserving the dining room and the meeting room. Could you contact the caterer and let them know we're expecting 200 people instead of 180, as we originally informed them? We also need to notify them that we'd like to add a vegetarian option to our lunch order to accommodate the needs of some of our vegetarian guests. Let's meet and talk together tomorrow evening so we can finalize the schedule. We have some good speakers and discussion plans, so we want to make sure we allow enough time for every procedure of the meeting. The last thing we want is to have the guest speakers be rushed because we are running out of time.
Hello, this is Wilson Phillips from Penn Industries. I'm calling to inquire about a mistake on the bill we received today. According to this bill, we're being charged for 3 deliveries in December, each for 25 coils of wire. The charges were for the shipment that took place on the 6th and the 17th and the 22nd. It's true that we usually get 3 deliveries of wire each month, but in December our production was down due to the manpower issue in the production team. As a result, we only had 2 deliveries in that month. Can you please send us a corrected statement as soon as possible? We need to submit the final bill to our buying division. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sam Nelson, the Director of Human Resources. Before we get this orientation started, I want to welcome all of you to Petrol Engineering and also congratulate you on being accepted to a great company like ours. The first thing we're going to go over is how to report your work hours. We use an online reporting system where you enter your working hours on the company website. You can find detailed instructions on how to use the system in the orientation information packets we handed out to you. But the most important thing to remember is that you must report your hours weekly on every Saturday before 2 p.m. Another important note, if you happen to work overtime, you should not enter those hours until you notify your manager and your manager has confirmed the hours. We're now going to take a look around our factory facility and explain to you how our manufacturing cycle works. After that, we'll take a short break before we go on to office dress code.
On another note, I received our annual sales figures this morning, and I'm very happy to report that our total sales increased dramatically compared to last year. In assessing our sales data, we found that sales of desks and chairs continue to be strong, maintaining stable sales. But it's been the sale of home furnishing accessories, lamps, cushions, and pillows that showed the highest growth, which acted as a driving force of our overall strong growth this year. Because the sales of our accessories are recording such rapid growth, proving to be very popular with our customers, we're planning to offer more accessories in our collection, perhaps bed linens or dinnerware. We want to test customer interest before developing any new products. So next week, we'll begin conducting some market research using an online survey linked to our website to see customer acceptance level of our newly launching accessories.
I have an important announcement to make before you start your shift. We're going to be upgrading the machinery here in the ceramics factory. The new machine will perform all the functions equivalent to the old ones, but they'll do it more quickly. This upgrade will help us to substantially speed up our operations and increase the production rate. We should be able to double the number of plates and bowls we manufacture annually without hiring more people or incurring any extra cost. Everyone must be trained on using the new equipment before it is installed next month. I know that most of you have already received training on how to use the previous equipment, but additional training is requisite since the mechanism of the new equipment is more complicated than the old one. Since the entire faculty cannot receive the training at once due to scheduling conflicts, we have set up different training hours. Please sign up for one of the 4 available training sessions before the end of the day. For obvious safety reasons, you will not be allowed to operate the equipment until you have completed the training.